Hello, hi again. Welcome to the channel Elite Biology, designed to give students maximum success. Yes, our last class, we talked about the Waec practical 2023, specimen A to D. And as promised, I promised you guys that I was going to show you guys a pictorial form so as to facilitate and enhance our learning activity better. And a promise, of course, is a debt. So voila, there you have it. So in a few minutes now, we're going to go back. I'm just going to do a little brushing up from specimen A to D, just a brushing up, then we'll go straight to the others. We'll get straight to part 2, that is specimen E to H, okay? So let's get to work. Okay, so here we have specimen A. This is a matured, fresh egg of a catfish. This is how it should look like if you're asked to draw it. But I doubt they will, but there you have it. Just 3 diagrams: outer membrane, the embryo, and the eye. Yeah, so you should note that. Then we have specimen B. We talked about it. We talked about specimen B, egg, the matured egg of a domestic fowl, shell intact. Yeah, so this is the diagram. We have the shell, the inner membrane, the yolk, the air cell, the chaloza, and the albumen. Don't mind my handwriting, it's wonderful. Okay, my students always talk about it. Yeah, so we have specimen C. That is the chart or the diagram or the model of a uterus containing a fetus. So ignore the guy in there. Just take it like that. We have the umbilical cord. I told you that there are 3 things that they will probably ask you: placenta, the umbilical cord, the amnion. Okay, so the umbilical cord to the placenta. We said placenta, it joins the embryo to the uterine wall. It supplies oxygen and food for the baby from the mother, and even aids in excretion. It also produces hormone, progesterone, and estrogen. Yeah, we talked about the umbilical cord. It's it connects the baby to the placenta, and it also aids to support the embryo. We talked about the amnion. The amnion produces the amniotic fluid, which reduces friction during childbirth. It also reduces shock it reduces shock. Yeah, it protects the fetus. Yeah, other things involved. We have the cervix. The cervix is a ring of muscle. It helps, it controls, it controls childbirth. Yes, that's what it opens up so that the child can pass through. All right, so then we have specimen D. Okay, specimen D is the longitudinal section of the ovary of the pride of Barbados. So up there we have the specimen D, well labeled. You have the stigma, the style, the ovary, the oval. These 4 they make up the pistil. That is the female reproductive part of the plant, of the flower. Sorry. Then we have the anther, we have the filament. Both of them make up the stamen, the male reproductive system of the flower. Yeah, so we have other things. We have the petal, the sepal, the stalk. So quickly, I am going to talk about the functions. Yeah, the stigma receives the pollen grain from the anther. The style is the tunnel which the pollen grain travels. The ovary receives the pollen grain while the oval is where fertilization occurs. The sepal protects the petal in its infancy state and also aids in photosynthesis because it's color green. The receptacle carries the flower. Sorry, let me adjust the camera. It carries the flower. The petal aids in pollination. It attracts insects, for pollination. The anther is what carries that's where you have the pollen grain, the male sex cell. Then we have the filament is what carries the anther. So that's basically it. I'm going to talk about the numbers. The number of their numbers. Okay, we'll start with The stigma, we have one. In the pride of Barbados, we have one stigma. We have 10 filamen. We have 5 sepal, 5 petals. Okay. The mode of pollination is insect. Okay. Yeah, so that's basically it. The type of ovary, I think I spoke about it in the last class. It's hypogynous or superior ovary. And the placentation is marginal. And the class of fruit is legume. Yeah. So let's go to what we're doing now, specimen E. We have the leaf of the pride of Barbados. Don't mind the way it looks like. That is the leaf of the pride of the Barbados. Okay, so I believe that leaf, if the material that I gave, the material needed, there is iodine there, I'm believing that they will probably ask you to, do test for starch. And leaf is one of the things that they use. If you apply, you boil the leaf and you apply drops of iodine, it turns blue-black. It indicates that starch is present. I believe you know that. So the type of leaf of the pride of Barbados is compound leaf. Compound leaf. Let's talk about the features of the leaf, the specimen E. The leaves, they have more than one blade, obviously. The leaves are called leaflets. It's just 2. What is the function of a leaf? They might ask, what is the function of the leaf? Waec might ask that, so let's talk about it. Number 1, it helps the process of photosynthesis because of the chlorophyll, okay? Number 2, it helps in exchange of gases through the stomata, okay? And lastly, it helps in losing excess water through transpiration, okay? So that's basically it. So let's go to specimen F. Specimen F is a Guinea corn. The diagram, the Guinea corn, the old plant, okay? So let's look at the features of specimen F, the Guinea grass. Number 1, it has a long sword-like leaves, okay? It has fibrous root, okay? It has, its root grows horizontally, and the root is called rhizomes, okay? So I want you to also know that it's monocot. It's monocot and it's a single leaf. The leaf is a simple leaf, Sorry about that. And I want you to note the difference between specimen E and F. Yes, the leaf of pride of Barbados and the Guinea grass, or it might be the Guinea grass, specimen F, and specimen G, Cocoyam plant, which we will get there in time. All right, so we're going to talk about that briefly soon. So let's look at the economic importance of Guinea grass. I have a feeling that they will ask that. So number 1, it serves as forage crop. Number 2, it serves as animal feed, and it's also used in pasture. Okay, so that's it. So next we go to G, specimen G. Specimen G. So we have it here. You can see it. Specimen G is the Cocoyam, the whole plant. Let me back up a bit so that we can see clearly. So pardon me, please. All right, I think it's better, much better. So I think we can see it better now from this angle. So specimen G. Don't worry, you can pause. You can pause the video so that you can see it properly. I apologize for the wobbling. I need to get, all right. So let's talk about the observable features of specimen G. It's an upright, fleshy stem. Okay. Number 2, it has dry, scaly leaves. Okay. The number 3, it has it has buds, terminal buds. The roots are adventitious. Okay. Yep. Sorry, pardon me. Other things you should note is equally monocot and a simple leaf. So in case they ask you similarities between Guinea grass and Cocoyam, they are both monocot and they both have simple leaves. Why the difference? Of course, Guinea grass has blade-like leaves. Cocoyam has broad leaves. The root grows horizontally for Guinea grass, while for Cocoyam it grows vertically. Okay, the roots in Guinea grass is fibrous, while the roots in Specimen G, it's adventitious. So there we have it. Okay, so let's look at the economic importance of Specimen G. It's source of income, source of carbohydrates. It's used to make flour. It's used to make flour, and source of starch. And please note, iodine experiment can also be carried out with cocoyam because it's starchy. Okay, so let's move to Specimen H. So finally, Specimen H, that will bring the conclusion of part 2. Specimen H, the features. Specimen H, that is the culm of cocoyam. That's the fruit itself, the crop that we are eating, the harvested part, the edible part. Yeah, so we have the diagram there. As you can see, the diagram. We have underground stem, leaf base, fibrous root, bud. Okay, yeah. So let's look at the features. Number 1, it is a culm. Number 2, it grows vertically. The stem is short. It has, nodes. Yeah, it's a root and tuber crop. Okay, so that's basically it. If you are asked the economical importance, is the same with Specimen G. Okay, so that's it for now. So we have Specimen A, a matured fresh egg of a catfish. Specimen B, we have the mature egg of a domestic fowl. Specimen C, the uterus containing fetus. Specimen D, the longitudinal section of ovary of Bride of Barbados. Specimen E, the leaf of Bride of Barbados. Specimen F, we have the Guinea grass whole plant. Specimen G, Cocoyam whole plant. And Specimen H, the culm of Cocoyam. I hope it was educative. I wish you the best in your exams. I would appreciate it if you like the video, and I look forward to seeing you in the next part. Thank you. God bless you.